Happy New Year! What's good guys, how are you doing today? In this video I'll actually be remaking an older video I made back in May. It's one of my best viewed videos. Where was Link born in Breath of the Wild? Let's get it! So each 3D Zelda game, Link starts his quest where he was born and raised, with the exception of Majora's Mask and of course Breath of the Wild, Ocarina in the Korok Forest, Wind Waker on Outset Island, Twilight Princess in Hateno Village, and Skyward Sword on Skyloft. So this Link is back in the prestigious world of Hyrule. He must have grown up somewhere in it, right Nintendo? So the game starts off in the Shrine of Resurrection. Maybe he was born there. Well, obviously not, as we clearly know that's just where he was resurrected after his 100-year slumber. I'm going to dive into 4 possibilities. If you have any other ideas for where he was born, let me know down below. So, in 2 of those 3D Zelda games, he grew up in a forest, Korok Forest and Hateno Village. Link tends to revolve around the forest as his home in many games. So maybe in Breath of the Wild, he also grew up in a forest area. The first place I think of is the Korok Forest. After all, as we know, Koroks were Kokiri ages ago. At least that's how it was in the adult timeline. Cough, cough. No one gives a hint for the timeline. So in the Korok Forest, you get the Master Sword, meet the entirety of the Koroks, and the Great Deku Tree. The hero of time grew up with the Kokiri, however, there is no evidence that this Link was raised with the Koroks. I feel like the Great Deku Tree would have at least reminded him this is where he was from, since he lost his memory and maybe could have involved another memory, but this time from his childhood. You gotta admit, that would have been so cool. Also, if he did grow up here, maybe he would have represented his home with the green tunic, since the origins of this tunic echo back to the Kokiri, but instead he wears the champion's tunic in the memories. I'll come back to this tunic, but next, onto Zora's domain. I got a few people in my old version of this video asking why I didn't mention Zora's domain, since Link had that mysterious childhood with Mipha. So Zora's domain is fairly close to Hyrule Castle, at least closer than Hateno Village is. I'll talk about that town next, but could Link have been raised in Zora's domain? It's not that far-fetched since we know Link visited when he was around the age of 4, due to Mipha's diary. This may be the first appearance in Zora's domain for Link, since Mipha writes, "He made quite a first impression. I healed his wounds for him. It must have been his first time seeing healing magic." The next time her diary mentions him is, Link came to visit the domain. It feels like forever since he was here. He no longer resembles the child I first met. I believe this confirms Link actually was not born nor raised in Zora's domain, since Link first visited when he was around the age of 4. After that, Mipha says it feels like forever. So now onto Hateno Village. His house nowadays is located here. He bought this place because of the Bolson construction company would have teared it down. This was because it was abandoned by someone who left to defend Hyrule during the Calamity 100 years ago. Now, a lot of people on my old video believed this hints at Link himself was this soldier who left, and well, I can't lie, it does make a whole lot of sense. And I wouldn't be surprised even if Nintendo set it up this way. They adore those full circle stories, and well, who doesn't? Link got wrecked defending Fort Hateno, so maybe that was his home. Also, think about it, it took the town of Hateno 100 years to decide to finally rip down the house. If they kept it that long, it must have been owned by someone of importance. Alright, let's come back to Hateno, but now onto Hyrule Castle, specifically Castle Town. Sadly, there is no proof, cause just look around, everything is destroyed. Thank you, Ganon. Or you can thank the Yiga clan, since they are the ones responsible for Ganon's resurrection. Anyway, in a memory between Zelda and Link, Zelda brings up Link's father. She states, "Your path seems to mirror your father's. You've dedicated yourself to becoming a knight as well." Since she knows of his father and the champion's tunic Link loved to wear back then describes, "Only those respected by the royal family could wear this garment. I believe since Link and his father has ties to the royal family, he must have at least been raised in Castletown or somewhere around the castle, if not in itself, before the calamity struck. Think about it, this would be a great incentive for Link to change so drastically from a smiling young boy to someone who rarely speaks due to his own importance in the grand scheme of things. It would give Link a purpose to get revenge on the monster who destroyed his childhood town. So, to sum up my theory, Hateno Village and or Castletown would be my pick for Link's birthplace. He just may have been born in one of these two places, then moved to be raised at the other. So what do you guys think? What is Link's origins in Breath of the Wild? Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay hype, my homies. Peace!